Hi, everybody. It's Eamon here from the Pat Monk Presents podcast. I have a very special episode today. I'm joined today by Yohanna from Edves. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
I'm very fine. Thank you so much for having me.
No, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to talk to you. And for those that are maybe not familiar about Edves, I know you do a lot in the educational space, but if you want to maybe give a quick intro to explain what it is you do and how you help people and businesses.
Okay, thank you. So what we do at Edves, basically, it's digitizing learning and administration in schools. But basically, our focus is on K-12 schools across Africa. Um, if you ever have, if you've ever worked in a classroom environment or in a school environment, you know how burdensome it is, and how overwhelmed you are with the sheer amount of tasks that you need to be done, from tracking attendance for students to tracking payments to tracking your lecture notes and preparing them and having it graded. And so everything basically it's what we try to automate, at Edves, and that's what we do at the moment. We've also branched out to other B2C products where we have a product called Past Questions, PQ by Edves, where we provide past questions to students, again, just to be able to revise and pass their exams with past questions. And then we also have a learning environment, also B2C and B2B, called PL by Edves. That's personalized learning by Edves. And at the focal or the forefront of everything we do, we try to simplify learning. We try to digitize education.
Fantastic. That sounds exciting. Also, before we jump on, I've seen that you're doing some big events coming up in June with like over 5,000 people. Could you just dive in and maybe share to our listeners what that's all about? I mean, that's a lot of people.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Of course, it didn't start that way. This is the 7th edition of the Edves Catalyst. It's an event that we organize, for various stakeholders in the education sector in Africa and beyond. Of course, this includes school owners, administrators, parents, teachers, entrepreneurs, and tech enthusiasts. Right? We bring them together, and then we feature panel discussions and conversations from experts across the globe, and we just have everyone share their insights on what education like is in Africa, and trending technologies or the impact of technology, in the education sector, basically. So yeah, we're expecting over 5,000 people again this year. And this year we are bringing in a lot of exciting speakers. Maybe I shouldn't spill the beans, but I mean it's a big one this year, much bigger than we've ever had it before.
Fantastic. Well, like it's great to see that everything's getting back to normal with, now that COVID hopefully is all gone and dusted, that live events, people, are excited to get back out to
Oh
live
yeah, oh yeah,
normal
oh yeah.
again. So that's great to see. And I mean, with this big event coming up and with everything that's happening, I mean, how do you find, gaining new clients, gaining new business partners and stuff like that? I mean, what's your main channels? I mean, how important is your website to building and promoting events like this?
So I'd say that of course, our website we have a lot of landing pages depending on, the call to action we want, the audience to take. One of the things that we also do is to ensure that for every landing page we have, it plays a significant role in, the journey, and to help them make an informed decision about, what they are about to, we want them to do. So you'd find that on our website, we have a lot of testimonials. We have a blog section for the main Edves basic application that we have for K-12 schools. We offer a free demo session that we've proven to see has helped, our conversion rates. I would say that our website is also user-friendly and engaging. Yeah.
No, that's so true. I mean, being able to, engage and like you're saying, getting people to an informed decision? Because
Yeah.
obviously people know about you. It's one thing to be able to engage and really, connect with people. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure that, running up to a big event like this with over 5,000 people, you're going to be busy before it, but you're probably going to be very busy after it
Yeah, yeah.
as well. And yeah, kind of switching gears a little bit and talking more about you, Johan, as a leader within marketing. I mean, what keeps you busy on a day-to-day basis at Edves?
So I lead a team. So leadership is it's a big one. You have to manage people and you have to lead them. You have to make them see bigger vision at what we're trying to do. At Edves, we're currently in about 10 countries in Africa, over 1,500 schools currently. And what we try to do on a day-to-day basis, from a marketing perspective, it's trying to see how we can move because I mean everyone is in a different stage of the value journey, the customer journey, and we're trying to see how to move everyone from their current state, to their next stage. So are they yet to subscribe? Okay, how do we move them, to subscribe? Have they subscribed? How do we make that experience, okay for them? And how do we move them, to the next level to probably upgrade their subscription? Keep them in the loop of what's happening, updates we're having, events we're having, and all of that. Yeah, that's basically what we do on a day-to-day basis.
Wow, it sounds like you're busy.
Oh yes, that's a busy one.
Wow, 10 countries, 1,500 schools. I mean, incredible.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
with this, obviously, look, we're coming up towards the end of our interview. At this stage, I'd love to jump into some rapid fire questions. So if you're ready for maybe short and crisp answers, are you ready, Johan?
Oh yeah, I am.
Fantastic. So what was the last book you read?
Last book I read is an ebook, and I'm trying to remember the name, but it's by I would say he's one of the top leadership experts in Africa. His name is Samadiemi. Yeah,
Perfect.
I'm trying to remember the title of the book at the moment. So I can't remember, but yeah, the author is Samadiemi. Yeah, he's one of the top leadership experts we have from Africa.
Perfect. No problem. No problem. And with this, with everything that's happening at the moment within Edves, I mean, what is the one single thing that you're focused on at the moment that takes up a lot of your time?
We're trying to increase conversions. Yeah, I'd say that. I think that's the focus of what we're doing at the moment. We serve basically three different kind of sectors: the B2C, the B2B, and the B2G. And I mean, as we all know, the strategy for each of these are totally different, and so we're always optimizing to see how we can get the best of everything we can get, from each product we're trying to push out, each service we're trying to get people to onboard on. And, apart from the Edves Catalyst that we have other, I would say, the smaller events. One of them is a monthly webinar we do called the School Growth Academy. We just finished one yesterday. It's a webinar where we just try to give back to school owners and try to, give them tips and strategies on how to grow their school, especially using technology. Yeah.
Perfect. And with this, with everything that you've gained and experience and working in a leadership role and running a team, imagine if it's your first day again and you go back to your first day at Edves. I mean, what would you do differently, or what kind of advice would you give yourself?
Generally in marketing, before I answer that question, I'd say the first advice I'd give myself is to get a mentor. I I learned a lot of the things I know now, the hard way. I would say I've made so many mistakes in the past, with over 10 years of experience in marketing. And I look at some of my mentees today and I just tell them, oh, you're lucky because you're getting a lot of value, and that would be the advice I'd give myself or anyone. And then for Edves, if I'd give myself any advice, I would say, I mean, it's something that I had to learn on the job. You wouldn't know the countries you are, I mean, you want to, the territories you want to take over, until you decide that, okay, you know what, the next country we want to take over, or the next country we want to, get our products to is so and so country, So I'd say having to be very vast about different cultures, different marketing. I'm looking for the right term to use. What people have done in those countries that have succeeded in terms of marketing strategies, having to be able to arm yourself with what other people have done, maybe in other fields, just gives that level of ease in what you want to achieve.
Perfect. And just to wrap up, because we're at the end of our interview, I want to give you the last word. I want to give you the last word, Johan. So imagine people who are listening, imagine they forget everything else that you just shared about, Edves. I mean, what is one thing you'd like them to remember about the company, to remember about Edves?
I'd like them to know that there is a company from Africa reaching out to other African countries and digitizing learning and education. That's what we're so passionate about. The education space in Africa, we know, is still growing, and what we're trying to do is ensure that schools in Africa level up to other schools across the world, and we're very passionate about that.
Fantastic. No, that's amazing. And yeah, I can tell you're passionate, and I can tell you that you like what you do. So that is it. Thank you so much, Johanna, for being on our call.
Thank you for
definitely
having me.
everybody check out what you're doing at Edves, and definitely check out that event that's coming up in June. So that is it for today's podcast. I look forward to seeing everybody on the next episode of Pat Monk Presents. All the best, and bye-bye.